Today's Genesis 45, Siki. Joseph makes himself known to his brothers. Verse 1, then Joseph could not control himself before all those who stood by him, and he cried, make everyone go out from me. So no one stayed with him. When Joseph made himself known to his brothers, verse 2, and he wept aloud, so that the Egyptians heard it, and the household of Pharaoh heard it. Verse 3, and Joseph said to his brothers, I am Joseph. Is my father still alive? But his brothers could not answer him, for they were dismayed at his presence. Verse 4, so Joseph said to his brothers, come near me, I beg you. And they came near, and he said, I am your brother Joseph, whom you sold into Egypt. Verse 5, and now do not be distressed or angry with yourselves, because you sold me here. For God sent me before you to preserve life. Verse 6, for the famine has been in the land these 2 years, and they are yet 5 years in which there will be neither plowing nor harvest. Verse 7, and God sent me before you to preserve for you a remnant on the earth, and to keep alive for many survivors. Verse 8, so it was not you who sent me here, but God. And he has made me a father to Pharaoh, and Lord of all his house, and ruler over all the land of Egypt. Verse 9, make haste and go up to my father and say to him, thus your son Joseph, God has made me Lord of all Egypt. Come down to me. Do not tarry. Verse 10, so you shall dwell in the land of Goshen, and you shall be near me, you and your children and your children's children, and your flocks and your herds, and all that you have. Verse 11, and there I will provide for you, for there are yet 5 years of famine to come, lest you and your household and all that you have come to poverty. Verse 12, and now your eyes see, and the eyes of my brother Benjamin see. That is my mouth that speaks to you. Verse 13, you must tell my father of all my splendor in Egypt, and of all that you have seen. Make haste and bring my father down here. Verse 14, then he fell upon his brother Benjamin's neck and wept, and Benjamin wept upon his neck. Verse 15, and he kissed all his brothers and wept upon them. And after that, his brothers talked with him. Verse 16, when the report was heard in Pharaoh's house, Joseph's brothers have come, it pleased Pharaoh and his servants well. Verse 17, and Pharaoh said to Joseph, say to your brothers, do this, load your beast and go back to the land of Canaan. Verse 18, and take your father and your households and come to me, and I will give you the best of the land of Egypt, and you shall eat the fat of the land. Verse 19, command them also, do this, take wagons from the land of Egypt for your little ones and for your wives, and bring your father and come. Verse 20, give no thought of your goods, for the best of all the land of Egypt is yours. Verse 21, the sons of Israel did so, and Joseph gave them wagons according to the command of Pharaoh, and gave them provisions for their journey. Verse 22, to each and all of them he gave festal garments, but to Benjamin he gave 300 shekels of silver and 5 festal garments. Verse 23, to his father he sent as follows, 10 donkeys loaded with good things of Egypt, and 10 she-donkeys loaded with grain, bread, and provisions for his father on the journey. Verse 24, then he sent his brothers away, And as they departed, he said to them, do not quarrel on the way. Verse 25. So they went out of Egypt and came to the land of Canaan, to their father Jacob. Verse 26. And they told him, Joseph is still alive, and he is ruler over all the land of Egypt. And his heart fainted, for he did not believe them. Verse 27. But when they told him all the words of Joseph, which he had said to them, and when he saw the wagons which Joseph had sent to carry him, the spirit of their father Jacob revived. Verse 28, and Israel said, it is enough. Joseph, my son, is still alive. I will go and see him before I die.